Good Tuesday morning, folks. I'm News 18 meteorologist Cam Hopman with today's edition, your Tuesday edition of your weather vlog. Very, very soggy conditions out there, to say the least. That low pressure system that dropped as much as 20 or so inches of snow across parts of the Great Plains yesterday, early this morning, has now moved on in. We saw the rain really start to move in right around 5:30 or so earlier this morning, mainly in the form of a sleety, rainy, wintry mix, even some freezing rain sticking around the viewing area as well throughout the last few hours. Here in Lafayette, received right around 3/10 of an inch of sleet, even as much as about a half an inch of sleet earlier this morning. Now temperatures beginning to climb back up to freezing and above freezing at this point. Right around 10:15, we're at 32 degrees currently, and the heavy rain is still moving throughout parts of the viewing area. Fountain, Warren, Montgomery, and Tippecanoe counties all catching some heavier rainfall now, moving northward, all spinning around that very strong low pressure system, which is centralized just around the northeastern part of Missouri at this point, and that's going to continue to spin right towards us throughout the remainder of the day today. Now, we mainly can expect just rain throughout the remainder of our morning and afternoon hours. It's later on this evening that we're going to continue to watch as temperatures drop right back below freezing once again. We will be looking at more wintry mix and eventually snowfall headed towards our area. And a very, very gloomy one out there, to say the least. Visibility not very high. Winds gusting up near 35 miles per hour. Sustained wind speeds right around 15 to 25 miles per hour. Those wind chills right now, it still feels like 20 degrees outside, even though that temperature once again sitting right around 32 with the heavy rainfall moving on throughout the viewing area. Now, the National Weather Service has issued, or I should say extended, a winter weather advisory for the majority of the viewing area through 1 p.m. That's for Fountain, Warren, Tippecanoe, Montgomery, Clinton, as well as Carroll and Howard counties. That goes until 1 p.m. The northeastern corner of our viewing area, that goes for White, Cass, Miami, Fulton, Pulaski counties. That winter weather advisory is out until 3 p.m., and that excludes Benton, Newton, Jasper counties, though I would not be surprised to see a winter weather advisory issued, all thanks to the snow that will be headed our way later this evening into tomorrow morning. And as far as snow amounts go, we can expect anywhere between, say, 1 to 2 inches for Lafayette. These are the latest models coming out a few hours ago. Now, these numbers will likely be tweaked just a little bit as we get to the noon broadcast, just for the newest models coming out right around 11:30. We could be catching 1 to 2 inches for Lafayette, 2 to 3 inches through Rensselaer down towards Kokomo, and northwesterly to southeasterly line there, a little corridor of 2 to 3 inches, and northern Newton, Jasper, Pulaski, Fulton, Miami counties, even northeastern Cass County could be catching as much as 3 to maybe even 5 inches, though I'm believing 5 inches of snowfall will be a little bit on the high end here. That'll be more likely towards the northeastern corner of the state of Indiana rather than our viewing area. So anywhere between 1 to, say, 3 to 5, more likely 4 inches of snowfall throughout our viewing area, with the southwestern corner catching the least amount and the northeastern corner catching the most snowfall over the next 24 hours. Once again, as temperatures dip back down during the evening hours, that's when we'll begin to see that wintry mix begin to pop back up, and eventually the snowfall during the evening hours. It looks like for the time being, that freezing line, those temperatures will hold off to drop below freezing until after the evening commute, depending once again how long your commute is. It looks like 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. should be okay. 7 p.m. is when I think we'll begin to see some of that wintry mix pop back up as temperatures warm all the way up to around 37 here in Lafayette later in the afternoon today. Now, as temperatures do warm up, once again we continue to deal with plenty of rainfall throughout the remainder of the afternoon, even into the evening hours. We dip back down to around between 31 and 29 throughout the entire viewing area overnight tonight, and that's why we're looking at those wintry mixes and snowfall once again. Temperatures tomorrow will be warming up to around 35 degrees for some parts of the viewing area, though I'm expecting that snow to continue throughout tomorrow morning, even into the afternoon before we get above that freezing mark, contributing to those snow accumulations I mentioned earlier. Now, there's more chances for snow in the forecast as well. In fact, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're looking at slim chances of flurries as the low-level jet brings some moisture off of Lake Michigan. That could drop some flurries, mainly for the northern part of the viewing area, but certainly each of us could be seeing some light flurries those 3 days. Temperatures will be on a slow decline over the next few days. 35, your high temperature Wednesday. We dip to 34 Thursday, 33 Friday. You can see the trend here. 31 on Saturday afternoon for your high temperature. And then by Sunday, we're sitting back at 31 degrees, partly cloudy skies. By Monday, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies and actually warmer temperatures, 37 degrees that day. As we get into Tuesday of next week, though, if these long-range models hold, we'll be looking at another low-pressure system moving on in. That will bring us another chance for some precipitation and much cooler temperatures to follow. So maybe even looking at temperatures maybe warming up into the 40s with a warm front on next Tuesday, but that'll be quickly followed by a cold front and some precipitation, cooling things off pretty quickly. So cool, in fact, that is messing up my speech. But altogether, that secondary frontal system moving in for almost midweek of next week will likely cool things off for your midweek, seeing temperatures likely back down right around the mid-30s for the middle of next week. That's pretty much all I had today, folks. If you have any questions about the forecast, feel free to email Chad, Jesse, and I at weatherteam18@WLFI.com. We're also on Twitter at weatherteam18. My personal email address, Cameron.Hotman@WLFI.com, if you have any questions there as well. Until tomorrow, folks, I'm News 18 meteorologist Cam Hotman, signing off.